What if one of the most important systems in your body is not something you think about every day? Not your stomach, not your joints, not even your heart by itself. What if the hidden system connecting almost everything is your blood vessel system? Because every organ you care about depends on blood flow. Your brain needs blood flow to think clearly. Your heart needs blood flow to stay alive. Your muscles need blood flow for strength. Your skin needs blood flow to heal. Your eyes need blood flow to protect vision. And every cell in your body depends on tiny vessels bringing oxygen, nutrients, immune cells, and repair signals. So when your blood vessels are healthy, your body has a better chance to heal, repair, and defend itself. But when blood vessels become damaged, inflamed, stiff, or poorly regulated, everything becomes harder. Energy drops. Healing slows down. Inflammation rises. The heart works harder. The brain may feel foggier. And long-term disease risk can move in the wrong direction. Now, there is a scientific word for how the body grows and maintains blood vessels. That word is angiogenesis. Angiogenesis simply means the formation of new blood vessels. And it is not always good or bad. It depends on where it happens. When you cut your skin, your body needs new blood vessels to help heal the wound. When you exercise, your muscles may need better circulation to deliver more oxygen. When tissues are repairing, blood vessels help bring the materials needed for recovery. That is the good side. But there is also a dangerous side. In certain diseases, abnormal blood vessel growth can create problems. In some cancers, tumors can grow their own blood supply to get oxygen and nutrients. In some eye diseases, abnormal vessels can grow and leak. So the body needs balance. Not too many blood vessels, not too few. Just the right amount in the right place at the right time. That is why angiogenesis is so important. It is like your body's internal supply network. If the network is strong and balanced, tissues are nourished. If the network is damaged or out of control, disease can become harder to fight. Now let me be very clear. Food is not a cancer treatment. Food does not replace medication. Food does not replace surgery, chemotherapy, radiation, immunotherapy, or advice from your doctor. No berry, tea, oil, chocolate, or tomato should ever be sold as a cure. But food can support the environment your blood vessels live in. Food can support healthy inflammation. Food can support the lining of your blood vessels. Food can support better circulation. And over time, those daily choices matter, especially after 50, because after 50, blood vessels often face more pressure. More years of high blood sugar, more years of stress, more years of processed foods, more years of high blood pressure, more years of inflammation, more years of sitting too much. The blood vessels do not forget those signals. But the good news is this: your body is still listening. Every meal sends a message. Some meals push the body toward inflammation, blood sugar spikes, and vessel damage. Other meals push the body toward repair, better flow, and better metabolic control. Today, I want to show you 5 foods that may support your blood vessel defense system. Not miracle foods, not magic cures, not fake promises. Real foods, real biology. And food number 1 may be the easiest one to add this week. Let's start with food number 5. Berries. Blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, and blackberries may look small, but they bring something powerful to the table. Their deep colors come from natural plant compounds. One important group is called anthocyanins. These are the pigments that give many berries their blue, red, and purple color. But they are not just color. They are signals. Inside the body, these compounds may help support the blood vessel lining. That lining is called the endothelium. And the endothelium is not just a wall. It is alive. It sends messages. It helps blood vessels relax. It helps control clotting. It helps regulate inflammation. And it plays a major role in healthy circulation. When the endothelium becomes stressed, blood vessels may become less flexible. Blood pressure may rise, inflammation may increase, blood flow may become less efficient. This is why berries are so interesting. They may support the environment that helps blood vessels behave better. But here is the mistake people make. They take a healthy food and turn it into dessert. Blueberry pie, strawberry syrup, sweetened berry yogurt, berry muffins, berry-flavored cereal. That is not the same thing. The goal is not berry flavor. The goal is the actual fruit. A simple amount is about half a cup to 1 cup of berries most days. Fresh berries are great. Frozen berries are great too. In fact, frozen berries can be cheaper and easier to keep at home. Add them to plain yogurt. Add them to oats. Eat them with nuts. Blend them into a smoothie without added sugar. Or just eat them as they are. And if you want a simple breakfast after 50, try this. Plain Greek yogurt, a handful of berries, a spoon of chia or flaxseed, maybe a few walnuts. That meal gives you protein, fiber, and plant compounds. It supports fullness. It supports your gut. And it is much better than a sweet pastry with coffee. Now, berries are not medicine. They will not erase disease. But they can become part of a daily pattern that supports healthier blood vessels. And that is the real goal. Small signals, repeated often. Food number 4 is green tea. Green tea is simple, but it is not weak. It contains natural compounds called catechins. One of the best known is EGCG. You do not need to remember the name, just remember what it means. Green tea delivers plant compounds that may help support inflammation balance, blood vessel function, and overall metabolic health. And unlike sugary drinks, it gives you flavor without a sugar load. That matters more than people think, because many people do not eat too much sugar. They drink it: sweet tea, soda, fruit drinks, energy drinks, flavored coffee, bottled drinks that look healthy but are loaded with sugar. These drinks can push blood sugar up quickly. They can add calories without fullness. And over time, they can work against blood vessel health. So one of the easiest upgrades is not adding something complicated. It is replacing the wrong drink. Green tea can help you do that. Hot green tea, iced green tea, jasmine green tea, sencha, matcha, even a simple cup after a meal. But keep it unsweetened. That is the key. If you add several spoons of sugar, you change the effect. Now, some people ask, what about coffee? Coffee can also contain helpful plant compounds. For many people, coffee is fine. But green tea has a calmer feel for some viewers. It gives less caffeine than strong coffee. It can be easier to drink later in the day, and it fits beautifully into a healthy aging routine. But be careful with timing. If caffeine affects your sleep, keep it earlier. Sleep is part of blood vessel health too. Poor sleep can affect blood pressure, hunger, stress hormones, and inflammation. So do not use green tea in a way that steals your sleep. Use it in a way that supports your day. A simple routine is this: green tea in the morning, green tea after lunch, herbal tea at night. That gives you the ritual without hurting sleep. And here is where retention matters. The next food is not a drink. It is a fat, but it is not the kind of fat most people think about. Food number 3 is extra virgin olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil is one of the most important foods in the Mediterranean-style eating pattern. And it is not just because it is a healthy fat. It contains polyphenols. These are natural plant compounds that may support healthier inflammation and blood vessel function. But quality matters. Not all oils are the same. Extra virgin olive oil is different from highly refined oils. It is less processed. It keeps more of the plant compounds from the olive, and that is part of what makes it useful. Now, this does not mean you should drink olive oil from a spoon and expect magic. That is where people go wrong. Olive oil still contains calories. Too much can slow weight loss. But used properly, it can improve the quality of your meals. It helps you eat more vegetables. It helps you enjoy salads. It helps you cook foods that replace processed snacks. And it can help shift your diet away from inflammatory patterns. Think about the difference. One person eats fried processed food with refined oil, sugar, and low fiber. Another person eats vegetables cooked with extra virgin olive oil, garlic, beans, herbs, and tomatoes. Both meals contain calories, but they send very different signals to the body. That is what matters. Food is not just fuel. Food is information. Your blood vessels read that information every day. A practical way to use olive oil is simple. Drizzle it over a salad. Use it on cooked vegetables. Add it to beans or lentils. Use it in tomato sauce. Pair it with herbs and garlic. But do not overdo it. For many people, 1 to 2 tablespoons across meals is enough. Some Mediterranean diets use more. But your personal needs depend on your weight, goals, activity, and overall diet. Also, store it properly. Light, heat, and time can damage oil quality. Choose a dark glass bottle or tin if possible. Keep it away from heat. Use it while it is fresh. And if it smells stale, waxy, or strange, do not treat it like medicine. Use fresh food. Fresh oil matters. Now here is the next food. Most people think it is a treat, but the right version can be surprisingly useful. Food number 2 is dark chocolate. Yes, chocolate, but not candy bars. Not milk chocolate loaded with sugar. Not chocolate cookies. Not chocolate cake. Dark chocolate, the kind with a higher cacao percentage. Cacao contains plant compounds called flavonols. These compounds have been studied for blood vessel function, nitric oxide support, and circulation. Nitric oxide is important because it helps blood vessels relax. When blood vessels relax, blood can flow more easily. That does not mean dark chocolate cures anything. It does not. But a small amount of high cacao dark chocolate may fit into a healthy pattern. The key word is small, 1 or 2 squares. Not half the bar, not a whole bag, not a dessert plate. Look for dark chocolate around 70% cacao or higher if you tolerate the taste. The higher the cacao, the more bitter it may be. That bitterness often means less sugar. But check the label. Some dark chocolate still contains a lot of sugar. Now here is a trick. Have a small square of dark chocolate with coffee or green tea. The bitterness blends well. It feels satisfying, and it can help reduce the desire for a large dessert later. That is how small habits work. They do not fight your cravings with willpower alone. They redirect them. But dark chocolate is not for everyone. If you have reflux, migraines triggered by chocolate, caffeine sensitivity, or a condition where your doctor told you to avoid it, skip it. There are other foods. The goal is not to force one food. The goal is to build a pattern your body can handle. Now let's move to food number 1. And this is the one I would pay attention to because it is easy, cheap, and works with many meals. Tomatoes. Tomatoes contain a red carotenoid called lycopene. Lycopene is one reason tomatoes have their red color. It has been studied for antioxidant activity and links with heart and prostate health. But again, we need to be careful. Tomatoes do not treat cancer. They do not starve tumors. They are not a replacement for screening or medical care. But tomatoes can be a powerful part of a healthy eating pattern. And the best part is this. Cooked tomatoes may make lycopene easier to absorb. That means tomato sauce, tomato paste, and cooked tomato dishes can be useful, especially when paired with a little healthy fat, like extra virgin olive oil. This is why traditional meals can be smarter than modern shortcuts. Tomatoes with olive oil, tomatoes with garlic, tomatoes with beans, tomatoes with vegetables, tomatoes in soup, tomatoes in lentils, tomatoes over fish or eggs. These meals are simple, but they are powerful because they combine many supportive signals at once: fiber, polyphenols, healthy fats, minerals, antioxidant compounds, and better fullness. Now, do not confuse this with sugary ketchup or processed sauces loaded with sugar. Read the label. Choose tomato sauce with simple ingredients: tomatoes, olive oil, garlic, herbs, maybe salt. That is enough. Tomato paste is also useful. A spoonful can deepen the flavor of soups, stews, beans, and sauces. It is concentrated, easy to store, and simple to use. Here is a practical meal idea. Cook onions and garlic in a little olive oil. Add tomato paste. Add beans or lentils. Add herbs. Add water or broth. Let it simmer. Now you have a meal that supports fullness, gut health, and blood vessel-friendly nutrition. No complicated supplement. No expensive powder. No miracle claim. Just food that works together. Now let's step back. These 5 foods are not random. Berries, green tea, extra virgin olive oil, dark chocolate, tomatoes. What do they have in common? They contain plant compounds that may support blood vessel health and inflammation balance. They fit into real meals. They can replace worse choices, and they can be repeated. That last point matters. The best food is not the one you try once. It is the one you can include consistently. Because blood vessel health is not built from one perfect day. It is built from repeated signals. What you drink, what you snack on, what oil you cook with, what dessert you choose, what sauce you put on your food. These choices look small, but they add up. And after 50, small choices matter because the body becomes less forgiving. You may not recover from sugar spikes as easily. You may not build muscle as easily. You may not sleep as deeply. You may not heal as quickly. That does not mean health is over. It means your inputs matter more. So here is a simple daily structure. Morning, green tea or coffee without sugar. Breakfast with berries and protein. Lunch, a salad or cooked vegetables with extra virgin olive oil. Snack, 1 or 2 squares of dark chocolate if it fits your plan. Dinner, a tomato-based meal with beans, fish, eggs, chicken, or lentils. That is not extreme. That is not a fad. That is not a cancer cure. It is a blood vessel supportive eating pattern, and it is much more realistic than chasing the newest supplement. But food is only one part of the system. Your blood vessels also respond to movement. Walking improves circulation. Strength training supports muscle. Muscle helps control blood sugar. Better blood sugar supports blood vessels. Sleep helps repair. Stress management matters. Not smoking matters. Blood pressure control matters. Medical checkups matter. This is why I do not want you to hear 5 foods and think the foods do everything alone. They do not. They are tools. Powerful tools, but still tools. The body needs the whole environment to improve. Now let's talk about the cancer claim again because it is important. You may hear people online say certain foods starve cancer. That phrase gets attention, but it can also mislead people. In medicine, there are treatments designed to interfere with blood vessel growth in tumors. That is real, but that does not mean eating a tomato or drinking tea does the same thing as a cancer drug. Food works slower. Food works broadly. Food supports health. It does not replace treatment. So if you are dealing with cancer, do not build your plan from YouTube claims. Talk to your oncology team. Ask about diet. Ask about supplements. Ask what is safe with your treatment. That is the responsible path. For prevention and healthy aging, the message is different. A better diet can support a healthier internal environment. More plants, more fiber, more whole foods, less processed food, less added sugar, less excess alcohol, better body weight, more movement. That pattern matters, not because it is dramatic, because it is repeatable. Now here is your challenge. Do not try to add all 5 foods tomorrow. That is how people get overwhelmed. Pick 2. Add berries to breakfast. Swap a sweet drink for green tea. Use extra virgin olive oil on vegetables. Replace dessert with a small square of dark chocolate. Make a tomato-based dinner. Choose 2 and repeat them for 7 days. Then build from there. This is how real health changes. Not by panic, not by hype, not by fear, by better signals. Repeated daily. Your blood vessels are not just tubes. They are living tissue. They listen to what you eat. They respond to how you move. They are affected by your sleep, your stress, your blood sugar, and your inflammation. And when you support them, you support your whole body, your brain, your heart, your muscles, your skin, your eyes, your healing, your energy. So the next time you think about food, do not only ask, will this make me gain weight? Ask a better question. What message is this meal sending to my blood vessels? Because that question changes everything. If this video helped you understand your body differently, like it, subscribe for more science-backed health guidance, and share it with someone over 50 who needs to know that food is not just calories. It is information. And in the comments, tell me this. Which of these 5 foods do you already eat?